All right, we are here at Gunpowder Falls, and I have heard of there being a sort of shack somewhere around here, some weird general stuff. Nothing particular, but generally stuff that sounded interesting. Now, yeah, I'm planning on doing this sort of style more because I prefer the sort of that, because it fits on more screens. Yeah. Yeah. All right. See you somewhere. Since we parked on the wrong side of the road, we're gonna need to walk through this under area here to get to the other side. First thinking it's gonna have to run through over the freeway and just sort of hope for the best, but no. This is actually rather nice. This little area. Now I believe we're looking for, what's it called? Something trail. It's a specific trail that I remember being on. Yeah. I've been really liking doing these hiking videos. And I am planning on doing more of these. It's very fun. Bugs. Look at how pretty this is. What does that say? Wildlands Trail. So there's various trails. Okay, good. I'm gonna check my map. I'll be right back. All right, so the one I'm looking for is called Sweathouse Branch, which is a really fucking weird name for a trail. Sorry, I shouldn't swear. But it is weird, right? Like, that's a weird thing to call it a trail, right? Sweathouse? Where does that come from? Seriously, Sweathouse. Who's like, oh yeah, what should we name this trail? Like, and then there's like, oh yeah, Wild Woods, blah, blah, blah. No. Sweathouse Branch. Anyways, see it. I just wanted to get a video of this pretty river. I think that's, the white stuff is either condensation or like algae, maybe leaves, presumably. I don't know. Either way, it's very pretty calming. I love the forest. Forests are awesome. Such a nice place to be. Ironically, last time I tried camping, I hated it, but I think it's because I was with I used to do Boy Scout stuff, and I had to do all their camping activities. I think if I was just out camping in the woods and I had the right equipment, like bug repellent or something, then I'd be fine. Well, that's interesting. What is that? I have no idea. It looked like sort of mold, moss, something along those lines. Either way, see ya. I just wanted to this little section here off the main path. It's like a mini river along the main river, which I think is neat. Very neat. Anyways. I'm not sure which way to go down. Let me check my map. Well, my initial thought was to take that route because it would take me closer to the direct area where it is, or where I think it is. I have this sort of map thing where I plan all this sort of stuff out. Anyways, but this path seems to connect to the path, which it is. And look at that little pipe, the graffiti on it. Bonito. Well, we got a bridge up ahead. I always love the bridges. Bridges are very fun. Little caves, a lot of little caves I'm seeing. Well, two. And they're not really caves, they're more just piles of rocks, very large rocks, which is cool. I don't often see that. Well, I mean, yes, I often see piles of rocks, but I don't often see them like that. At least where I've been so far. And these flowers keep showing up, very pretty. It's foggy out today, which is very nice. I love fog. Very atmospheric. Oh, look at that. Duck sitting on a rock. How cute. Beautiful place. Look at this, you can see a differently colored tree through the leaves. Yep. Frog? What the hell? Some kind of bird call, I don't know if that's picking up on camera. Well, I hope it's a bird call. Or just, I don't know, very sort of sick frog. Anyways, yep, see ya. I keep hearing things around me. I'm paranoid, but it's like, I heard like, sort of sound of knocking wood. Obviously a tree, but you know, still slightly disconcerting, I suppose. I'm realizing hiking alone is not exactly the safest thing in the world. I probably should go hiking with friends or something, but all my friends aren't around to hike. What's that? I heard like footstep in leaves next to me. There's nothing there though, at least not that I saw. Anyways, yeah, see ya. Well, here it is. Sweathouse Trail. Although I don't know if this is directly or if it connects to it. I think it should connect to it. Either way. Let's see. This doesn't look like a trail. It's very properly defined on a map, so I know it's not a situation where it in of itself should be too hard to find. Hopefully. This ain't neat. Ooh, that's what it's going about. Little frogs blend in with the dirt. Cute. I love frog. Frog. Little entrance area over here. trying not to get caught by bugs. The bunny, that is. Insects are fine. Multiple frog. It's gotta be around here somewhere. Surely. My map says it goes down to the right. I'm not seeing anything. Hold on, let me check. Okay, I think we just aren't there yet, which is fine. Because we had passed it. Haven't made the turn. That does look like a path, though it's a little bit in. Let's try it. Webs. This ain't nothing. Side path for some reason. Covered in bugs for nothing. Is this anything? No. Doesn't look like it. Bugs everywhere. Bugs don't freak me out or anything. I just don't like being covered in them. Not pleasant. It's a trash can. It's a trash full of cans. Suppose it's good. That's littering. All that. I do wonder how often that actually gets cleaned and such. Anyways, yeah. We just made a turn. I think this should be the place. Or, well, approaching the place, the right trail. I think maybe that entire trail I walked down was Sweathouse Branch. An area I had highlighted was just a certain section of it. Which would make sense to me. "2012. Hold on, are you seeing that? Or it says 2000 something in there. 2000. Like, it's so itchy after all that. I think this should be the right direction. hold on. Let's see. I suppose I should give the background, or some background of the place I'm headed to. Person who I saw posting about it, if what they said is true, and they're not just making it all up, they found candles and sorts of, what would you call it? Ritual type stuff. In the shack we already mentioned. Ooh. Now my shoes covered in mud. I'll live. Got no idea where the shack is. At least, well, I've got an idea, but it's not exact. I'm going to check my map and then I'll get back to you. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm headed in the right direction, at least generally. Must say I'm not the biggest fan of the mud. Which way should we go? I mean, it's basically the same direction, it's just that one's higher up. I guess my thought process here is, if it is on the other side, it'd be easier to get down than it would be to get up. And so, I'm going to go up. I have a friend, Luna, who talks about, well, he's obsessed with dinosaurs, and she told me about how back in those times they didn't actually have proper grass. They just had sort of like other plants and everything. So this is what I would imagine that looked like. No sort of grass, just plants, moss, trees. I believe the thing was that they had no evidence that there was grass there, and so like, since they had evidence of all the other stuff, they just sort of assumed no grass hadn't evolved yet. Anywho, let me check my map. I think it goes this way, but I don't know if I want to jump down first or something, because it looks like it'll be easier to continue down this way, so I'm gonna go this way. Okay. How's that for getting down safely? I think I'm fine. Glad I got that on video though, that's fun. See some land here, so I'm gonna try to walk across that and hopefully it's not too muddy. My main concern with the mud is that, well, I have to actually drive to get home after this. I don't want nobody in the car. At least not too muddy. Mostly because it would be uncomfortable. Bugs. You know, I really should start bringing pair of shoes. I have another pair of these shoes that are like way older. They should still suffice. I should bring them as like a backup. My shoes get all dirty or heaven forbid lost. I think this can do me well. Bugs. I'm gonna probably check my map and then we'll see if I head the right direction. Oh, there's red here. I remember it said to follow yellow. I remember in my last video I got mixed up thinking the yellow thing was about that place, when in reality what I was remembering was the instructions for this place. I am definitely going to need a shower after this. Get away from my face, bugs. Bugs keep flying around my glasses. Let me check my map and then I'll be back. It seems if I just keep heading the way I'm heading, we should be headed in the right direction, which is good. Is my camera dirty? Stuff all over my arms. You know what else I should bring? Towels. Towels would be nice. Anyways, I'll be back. Look at the formations on this branch. Sort of like barnacles or clams. I think they're probably a mushroom type formation though. Or no, it probably wouldn't be coral. Otherwise, how the branch get up here from there? Also, I don't think coral grows here. So I don't really know the growing conditions of coral necessarily. Yeah, I have no idea. This might be another one of those situations where I can't find the dang thing. I mean, I don't think we're at that point yet, but I feel like it might. So I'm never able to find the dang buildings. Never is a building, that is. Unless it's something that's like explicitly labeled on like a road or something. Like back at Jericho Bridge, I believe it was. Just seeing red marks, but no yellow. Maybe we're not at the point of the yellow yet. Who knows? I told my doctor about the hiking I've been doing. She said it was a great idea. So, yeah. That's why I'm keeping going. I mean, she also said to stay safe, but I mean, that's boring. Another red marker. Webs across my face. It sounds like the start of a song. whips across my face. What a dang disgrace, or whatever. I don't know. Further info on the post I saw, they said that in the shed was a pentagram or something, which I think is interesting. I'm not exactly religious, I'm agnostic, but I'd love to be proven wrong, because that would be truly fascinating. Honestly, I'm actually trying to drink right now. I could use a little water on my skin. Trying not to break things as much as I can. Hey, frog. Ooh, look at that. It's a nothing major. Oh, I just saw something darting across tree lines. I don't think my camera is pointing towards it. No. Okay. This looks like a proper trail. So does that, though. Might have to come back and see that. Look at this fallen tree being held up by logs. Or not logs, stone. Boulders. Oh. All the little skittering is probably squirrels and frogs. Maybe ducks if it's in the water. Do you hear that humming? Oh, that's weird. I think it must be a plane or something. Mud. I think if I'm lucky. Oh, yellow! Ah, yes! There it is. But if I'm lucky, the leaves should dry off my shoes as I walk, which is good. Big fan of that. At least somewhat clean my shoes to a point of consistent usability. I know that little ominous sound is probably just a plane or something, but ooh, that was creepy. The sort of loud, ominous whistling. There's even a whistling at that point. It's more like a hum. But either way, more yellow. Actually, looks a little faded. It might be orange, but I think it's yellow. I don't think that path's yellow. If there's no yellow up ahead, we'll come back to here and follow down that path. But I think it should be this way. Probably. Ooh. Ah, more yellow. Yep, we're going the right way. That's good. I don't want to record for too long because my phone dies and then I imagine my phone is dead and It's like in the middle of the woods. Have to like take my spirit box and reconfigure it into a radio transmitter, if that's possible. Maybe it is. Probably. I could probably build a radio transmitter. Not a good one. Probably transmit a bip, a little bleep or something. And again, I remember trying those kits where you make like crystal-based radios or whatever, and I was never able to get that working. And again, it's possible mine might have just been faulty, or I might have broke it while taking it out or something, who knows. Anyways, yeah, I'll be back. For a minute I thought I was getting worried. There is yellow here. I wasn't seeing any with yellow, but no, there is yellow here. Good. I think it might be starting to rain, which is unfortunate, but whatever. I can deal with that. I'll just cover my phone with my hand and attempt not to slip into the river. I'll attempt to. That doesn't necessarily mean I'll be able to. Anyway. And said anyways a lot. It's sort of how I segue between clips, I guess. Feels kind of weird just randomly ending them, I guess. More yellow. Lucas. RV and Cal. Anyways, yeah, see. There's a little 2 thing here, but I think we go this way. Because on the little path I drew out before I came here, it looks like it turned this way. So I'm going to say that it's this way. Hopefully. Maybe we keep going here. Oh, that's neat. Fish. Elaborate. Oh, my map is correct. We should make a turn around here. Yep, looks like we are. My map has been decently accurate so far, mostly. Oh, and there's yellow. Actually, it looks more distinctly yellow than the ones down there, but that could be due to humidity or something. Lots of tree carvings. Because this is near a lot of housings, so there's probably a lot of kids and such that come down around here, hang around in the woods. That's what I would do. Sounds fun. Oh. Alright, I'll be back when I'm back. Another yellow marking, headed this way. I've learned that Apple Maps seems to be the one that has trails listed on it. The other ones tend to just not include those. Because they focus on driving, which is fair. Sorry. but it's very nice to have trails. Especially for me, obviously. I just flew at my ear. I'm recording sideways, whoops. Hopefully that's not too hard to change in editing. Hopefully. Whew. If I remember to, that is. Ah, bugs. God, bugs everywhere. And barrels, for some reason. Wasn't expecting barrels. We're yellow. Headed down the right path, it seems. Oh, look at those. Oh, ain't that pretty. Hold on. There's more mushrooms, or I think that's mushrooms. Oh, they're everywhere. Look at all these. Oh, that's awesome. And there's mosquitoes all over me. I think those are mosquitoes, at least. I don't know. Some sort of bug. Always loved mushrooms. That's interesting little plants. Other plants, I think they might be something else technically. Look at these pointed trees, like near uniform. That's interesting. Must be like something with their type of tree or something. Either that or like they cut off the branches and let them grow back or something, I don't know. Either way. Alright, I'll be back. I found this nice rock to sit on. Really gotta stop like avoiding bringing the water bottle. I usually bring it in the car, but I leave it in there because I'm like, oh, it'll just be heavy and weight. I have to carry it around everywhere. I'll be like deck style, which I guess it's probably true because it's a big water bottle, frankly. But some logs here, definitely not naturally cut. I could tell you that. You know, this almost looks like somewhere where a shed would be. I was thinking if there was a shed here, it might have been taken down. That might be why I'm not seeing anything. And again, I could be heading in the wrong direction, who knows? Either way, yeah. Whew. Yeah, see ya. So it says here, Sweathouse was that way, which makes sense. And these other two are Stockdale. So I have no idea which one is supposed to go down. Suppose we'll see. I'm gonna check my map, check the instructions from the post or whatever. I'll be back. So, part I forgot about that it had mentioned in the thing. It said, if you see a tree that blocks the path on the yellow trail, take an immediate right. So, we're going to walk back because one, I do need to get back to my car eventually, and two, we're going to see if there is a tree that blocks the path. Now, that could be this tree or that tree, who knows? It's kind of hard to tell. So there's a lot of fallen trees and logs, and I don't even really remember how long ago that post was posted. But I'm going to follow the instructions to a T and only take a turn right if I see a tree that is actively blocking the path. So I'm sure there probably was one. Oh, blocking the camera, sorry. Yeah. Alright, see ya. Okay, I know I said to a T, but there's a tree here and a path this way that looks decently unblocked. So I might just go this way real quick. See if there's anything here. A lot of fallen trees here. Whole lines of them. Ow. I'm not seeing any shack. Oh, that is very pretty. Is that something? Probably not. I suppose we might as well check. Something. Accidentally paused the video. I don't know how far back. But once again, no shack. And no shed either. But I really was hoping shack would be here. Even though I don't watch basketball. Alright, I'm thinking this isn't it. But it's looking to me like there's not anything here. I could be wrong. I don't know. This might be another situation where I'll have to come back here in another video, see if I can find the shack. Probably videos or something like, I don't know. The shed by, what was the name of the place? Sweathouse Branch. The shack on Sweathouse Branch. Yeah, that's a good one, I like that one. Where's the path? I don't remember this. My lost? Who knows? I hope not. That would be inconvenient. Ooh. This looks not like the place in which I came. Maybe I was further down. Probably. Yeah, probably. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Ow. Am I crazy? Or does this look absolutely nothing like where I came from? Hold on. Shit. Oh, ow. So I remember the way I came from being very clear. Now I'm bleeding. Just a bit though, I should be fine. Maybe it was the curse of the shack that made me get lost. Who knows? Ow. In theory, I should find civilization eventually. In theory. Hell. Where did everything go? Hold on, let me pull up my map so I can get. I have never been happier to see a trail. I was looking at my Google Maps thing, or not my Google Maps, my Apple Map thing, and I was walking towards this trail, which is here. I did make it, and I wasn't seeing it anywhere. Starting to get scared. Suddenly transported back in time or something. Okay. I think I'm just gonna head back and not stop at any side bits because I got cuts all over my legs and they are burning. They are burning not so pleasantly. I wonder if there's any kind of ointment you can take for that. Probably. Anyways, see ya. One thing I want to note is that there's definitely more than one knocked over tree across the path. So I'm not sure how useful the instructions I got were in all reality. I finally made it back. I'm very glad to. We didn't find the shack, but that's alright. It was good hiking. Yep. Alright, see ya.